Leviticus chapter 14. And Jehovah spoke to Moses, saying, This shall be the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought unto the priest, and the priest shall go out of the camp. And when the priest looketh, and behold, the sore of leprosy is healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed 2 clean living birds, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And the priest shall command that 1 bird be killed in an earthen vessel over running water. As to the living bird, he shall take it, and the cedar wood, and the scarlet, and the hyssop, and dip them and the living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field. And he that is to be cleansed shall wash his garments, and shave all his hair, and bathe in water, and he shall be clean, and afterwards shall he come into the camp, and shall abide outside his tent 7 days. And it shall come to pass on the 7th day, that he shall shave all his hair, his head, and his beard, and his eyebrows, even all his hair shall he shave, and he shall wash his garments, and shall bathe his flesh in water, and he is clean. And on the 8th day he shall take 2 he-lambs without blemish, and 1 yearling ewe-lamb without blemish, and 3/10 parts of fine flour mingled with oil, for an oblation, and 1 log of oil. And the priest that cleanseth him shall present the man that is to be cleansed, and those things before Jehovah, at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And the priest shall take 1 he-lamb, and present it for a trespass offering, and a log of oil, and wave them as a wave offering before Jehovah. And he shall slaughter the he-lamb at the place where the sin offering and the burnt offering are slaughtered, in a holy place. For as the sin offering, so the trespass offering is the priest's. It is most holy. And the priest shall take of the blood of the trespass offering, and the priest shall put it on the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and on the thumb of his right hand, and on the great toe of his right foot. And the priest shall take of the log of oil, and pour it into the priest's left hand. And the priest shall dip his right finger in the oil that is in his left hand, and shall sprinkle of the oil with his finger 7 times before Jehovah. And of the rest of the oil that is in his hand shall the priest put on the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and on the thumb of his right hand, and on the great toe of his right foot, upon the blood of the trespass offering. And the remainder of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall put upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, and the priest shall make atonement for him before Jehovah. And the priest shall offer the sin offering, and make atonement for him that is to be cleansed from his uncleanness, and afterwards shall he slaughter the burnt offering. And the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the oblation upon the altar, and the priest shall make atonement for him, and he shall be clean. But if he be poor, and his hand be not able to get it, then he shall take 1 lamb for a trespass offering, for a wave offering, to make atonement for him, and 1/10 part of fine flour mingled with oil for an oblation, and a log of oil, and 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, as his hand may be able to get. The one shall be a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering. And he shall bring them on the 8th day of his cleansing unto the priest, unto the entrance of the tent of meeting before Jehovah. And the priest shall take the he-lamb of the trespass offering, and a log of oil, and the priest shall wave them as a wave offering before Jehovah. And he shall slaughter the he-lamb of the trespass offering, and the priest shall take of the blood of the trespass offering, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and on the great toe of his right foot. And the priest shall pour of the oil into the priest's left hand. And the priest shall sprinkle with his right finger of the oil that is in his left hand 7 times before Jehovah. And the priest shall put of the oil that is in his hand upon the tip of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and on the great toe of his right foot, upon the place of the blood of the trespass offering. And the remainder of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall put upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, to make atonement for him before Jehovah. And he shall offer one of the turtle doves, or of the young pigeons, of what his hand was able to get. Of what his hand was able to get shall the one be a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering, with the oblation. And the priest shall make atonement for him that is to be cleansed before Jehovah. This is the law for him in whom is the sore of leprosy, whose hand cannot get what is regularly prescribed in his cleansing. And Jehovah spoke to Moses unto Aaron, saying, When you come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for a possession, and I put a leprous plague in a house of the land of your possession, then he whose house it is shall come and tell the priest, saying, It seemeth to me like a plague in the house. And the priest shall command that they empty the house before the priest go into it, to see the plague, that all that is in the house be not made unclean. And afterwards the priest shall go in to see the house. And when he looketh on the plague, and behold, the plague is in the walls of the house, greenish or reddish hollows, and their look is deeper than the surface of the wall, then the priest shall go out of the house to the entrance of the house, and shut up the house 7 days. And the priest shall come again the 7th day, and when he looketh, and behold, the plague hath spread in the walls of the house, then the priest shall command that they take away the stones in which the plague is, and they shall cast them out of the city in an unclean place. And he shall cause the house to be scraped within round about, and they shall pour out the mortar that they have scraped off out of the city in an unclean place. And they shall take other stones, and put them in the place of those stones, and they shall take other mortar, and shall plaster the house. And if the plague come again, and break out in the house, after he hath taken away the stones, and after he hath scraped the house, and after it is plastered, then the priest shall come, and when he looketh, and behold, the plague hath spread in the house, it is a corroding leprosy in the house, it is unclean. And they shall break down the house, the stones of it, and the timber thereof, and all the mortar of the house, and shall carry them forth out of the city to an unclean place. And he that goeth into the house, as long as it is shut up, shall be unclean until the even. And he that sleepeth in the house shall wash his garments, and he that eateth in the house shall wash his garments. But if the priest shall come in and look, and behold, the plague hath not spread in the house, after the house hath been plastered, the priest shall pronounce the house clean, for the plague is healed. And he shall take, to purge the house from the defilement, 2 birds, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And he shall kill 1 bird in an earthen vessel over running water. And he shall take the cedar wood, and the hyssop, and the scarlet, and the living bird, and dip them in the blood of the bird that was killed, and in the running water, and sprinkle the house 7 times. And he shall purge the house from the defilement with the blood of the bird, and with the running water, and with the living bird, and with the cedar wood, and with the hyssop, and with the scarlet. And he shall let the living bird loose out of the city into the open field, and he shall make atonement for the house, and it is clean. This is the law for every sore of leprosy, and for the scall, and for the leprosy of garments, and of houses, and for the rising, and for the scab, and for the bright spot, to teach when there is uncleanness, and when it is purified. This is the law of leprosy.